paying a guy to do all the editing and stuff because I'm not really a fan of that part.
Oh, man.
So I'm looking for my own Jamie.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, and then I got the podcast. Like I could show you. Like
you can also put. I would put the lav, just on your seatbelt because your jacket might flop it. Hello, testing. Hello.
Check.
I love these labs. Oh shit. It's cool. I love these labs because you can just put them on the seatbelt. You can put them like anywhere, and they're fucking just good to go. They're my favorite thing in the world. Thanks for letting me get an ice cap. I've been craving one.
Yeah.
Fucking craving one.
Yeah, this is the podcast.
Oh, I like that. I like the fucking banner. That's sick.
Always aligned. So wherever you're at, it's always aligned podcast. So wherever you're at in the universe, you are always aligned.
That's dope. Where does that aligned stuff come from? Like, what is that? I don't want to say hippie. Is that a hippie thing? What is it?
I would say, yeah. It was pretty much after I did LSD, and my friend that I was doing it with, he did his fair share of drugs too, and we questioned reality, and we just talk about philosophy all the time. And
so, did LSD like open your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I had an ego death. I literally had an ego death.
What exactly is an ego death?
So I think ego is self, so who I am in this reality, and my ego dissolved. Like say, what's a good example?
Do you mean that you were prideful before, or?
No, I wasn't I wasn't full of pride or whatever, but I didn't
like
the way I look at it now, an ego death let me realize that everybody's just a different version of me in this reality.
Oh, I'm down with that.
So you are literally me, but you're Arturo in your own reality, living your dream life, and I am Bryan living my own dream life right now.
Yeah.
300 meters,
but
turn right onto 26th Avenue Southeast.
I think that's what the whole thing in the Bible says: is treat the person like they are. Well, does he say yourself or is your neighbor?
Treat someone like you treat yourself.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah. So if you look at it like that, and you talk to even the homeless person or the lady at the Domino's there, if I talk to her like she's just another version of me, and I give her love every time I do, like there's a frequency, there's a vibration that's feeling through my intention, coming through my heart, and God knows where my intentions lie. So if I'm being truthful, where I'm giving love, I'm going to receive that back in some way, shape, or form, in like a full circle effect.
That's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, so so
almost karma?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So I would say we're always getting our full circles, so it just matters on what size of the circle. The circle could be an hour from now, it could be 2 days from now, it could be a year from now, it could be 10 years from now. Whatever you're putting out, you're going to receive back.
Okay.
You know, a little circle with the yield sign there.
That's nice. That's a nice little stop we just made.
Yeah.
Little connection.
But like what you were talking about, how you literally died for 2 minutes, everything you were saying, how you were talking about it, just goosebumps all around.
Oh, that's how you felt too?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, it literally felt like I died. I thought I died.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't actually die like you. I only did LSD and lay in my bed and listened to an album, you know? And I came back and I was like, I can't tell anybody this. Like, I think the government's going to come after me. Like,
ooh, yeah, I had full paranoia. Full fucking paranoia. I thought people were after me. I thought people, like, were talking about me. I don't know. I just had these weird feelings of, like, man, they're, like, on to me, you know? I'm like, you know, and I like, but then, like, looking back in hindsight, I'm like, man, I'm just, like, some fucking crackhead just fucking living the dream.
Right, but it just takes time to, like, I would say, well, this has been 3 years since this happened.
Yeah.
It took 3 years for you to integrate what that really is. You're still integrating what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
You know, like, it took me from 2020 till now, it's 2023. It took me 3 years to integrate, because I thought I was Jesus for 3 years. For 3 years, I was like thinking I was Jesus the whole time. And then...
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I was sorry, but I was on
Yeah.
the same page as you where like when I came back, I had this idea that I couldn't die. Like I had this like weird God complex where
Right.
like I couldn't
Right.
die. I was like, can't die. The members were like, you did die. I'm like, but I didn't. That's the thing though. Like I can't die. Like I saw God, God saw me, and God loves me, and he put me back because he fucking likes me. And they're like, he loves everyone. I'm like, no, he likes you.
Yeah.
He loves me. If you would have died, you would have been done. And when I die, I'm coming back.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it was like
yeah.
one of those things.
Yeah.
It was so fucking crazy. But like, I think that like, what I think for a long time, for those two years, like you said, those 2 years or those 3 years,
Yeah.
that I had to tell people that I can't die, that I couldn't die. It was a coping mechanism for my actual death.
Yeah.
Because like I couldn't handle the PTSD of like actually dying.
Mm.
Because like here's the crazy thing. Okay, so for so what happened was sorry, I have to like
All good.
get it all in my brain what happened. So it was the end of the night. And I went to go do a line, right?
Uh-huh.
And I went to go do it, and I did it like I normally do. I like put the straw to the thing and like went up, like I snorted up. But
Uh-huh.
when I snorted up, when I tilted my head up as I did the line, I saw this. I saw the plate, bedroom, ceiling, and then this weird like void.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, night sky, void, and then doctor. So like the doctor, like that woke me up. That like brought me
shit.
back. Yeah. But between the night sky and the doctor, there was this weird void that I saw. Like this, it was probably, I don't know if it was my brain or not, but like it was like I've been there before. Like I was in this like abyss,
Uh-huh.
like being surrounded around me, and it was so warm and gentle and just like quiet. Like I've never. When you are alone, even in like the wilderness, it's not quiet, you know? Even if like it's 5 a.m. in the morning, you're out in the woods in the fucking, I don't know, BC, whatever, Redwood National Forest, wherever you are. It's not actually quiet. You can hear things. But like for the first time in my life, I heard actual silence, and it felt so comforting and weird. And I would say like it was almost like description of like being in a womb, you know? And then all of a sudden, I felt cold because I felt this like hand grab my chest and pull me up. And then I saw the doctor like yell at me like, Arturo, you died. Like, do you know where you are? Do you know your name? And then I was like, whoa. But it was such a weird like sense of like, I've been here before.
Right.
Like I've been fucking here before, you know? In that weird like cocoon of darkness. Like I've been here before. And then it was just a weird like sense of like utter peace. And then it was a weird like contrast to be brought back to life. But when I got brought back to life, I felt more unsafe than I did in the womb.
Wow.
You know? Because
Yeah.
like even now, I get a sense of like, I don't wish I died. I'm happy to be alive and sober. But I wish for the peace of the womb still to this day. You know?
Okay.
If that makes sense. You know?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, I think
Yeah.
I experienced that same kind of thing where, like, I was just, I was an atom.
Yeah. That.
And then I split into my ass and my mouth were connected and I...
Yeah. Exactly that. An atom's the perfect way of saying it. Like, you weren't anything, but you weren't anything, but you were everything all at once.
Yes,
It was weird, you know?
Whoa,
But then
dude.
here's the thing. For a while, because like it's fucking trauma, right? For a while I'd be like walking and I would look up and I'd see the fucking like void, and it was so weird.
Yeah.
So then that's what started my real derealization. I thought like I was dying for a long time. I thought like I was in a coma and I was dying, and all my friends were like figments of my imagination. And it's kind of funny because like I was at the comic strip once, and this guy named like Matt Alladine, he comes up to me, he talks to me about the pandemic, because it was like during the pandemic that this happened. And then I was, during my derealization, I was like, oh, the pandemic isn't real. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, the pandemic isn't real. It's a figment of my imagination. You're all not real. I've made you all up. And then Matt's like, that's a really weird bit, Arturo. You should try that on stage though. And then he just walks away. But like, it's kind of funny because like, he thought I was doing a bit, but I was actually like having a mental breakdown in that moment. You know, I was like actually like breaking down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I felt the exact same way. I was like, I don't even, Like, I thought I was the only real person in this reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've had that's crazy, man. And the odds of us running into each other and having this conversation, I have no doubt that this is like some type of dream simulation life. And it's like, once you finally have that ego death, you can surrender.
Yeah.
You're just, now you're in this flow. God has this plan for us, you know?
But also, back what you were saying to like, I believe like you're another version of me.
Yeah.
Like here we are, two different versions, quotes, I'm doing the quote thing with my fingers.
Yeah.
Two different versions living different lives, but also having the same experiences. You know what I mean? Like we both saw the void, we both felt the void, and like maybe we both were in the void at the same time, just split apart.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? That's also a possibility. Because like, and here's the thing, I don't like when people, well, it's not like I don't like, I appreciate people's opinions, but when people just like put it to the basic, like, oh, that's your brain setting off a chemical and da-da-da. It's like, is it though? Because it felt fucking real. And I know the brain's a powerful thing, but like, I don't know, like it doesn't feel just like a chemical in my brain, because like love's a chemical, but like it doesn't feel like that. You know, it felt too familiar, you know, because like when you love something and like that's a chemical in your brain, when you love someone, it's just a chemical in your brain that like releases, and then you love that person. It's pheromones and shit, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. But it feels new, you know? That's what makes you so infatuated. It feels new. But like that didn't feel new. That felt the same. It felt almost comfortable. And that was the scary part. It wasn't like a new experience for me. Like coming back to life and dying, that was a new experience. But being in that void wasn't a new experience. It felt too the same of something. Almost like I've done that so many times in like my dreams or something like that. It was very fucking weird.
Well, there's that theory of like there's like infinite realities happening all at once, right? So like maybe you've done that thing infinite amount of times to the point where now you fully, like, because of you dying, you had that moment of clarity of, I've been here before. This has happened before. Like, I'm just reliving it right now, where it just feels like home in a way.
Almost like full circle?
Yeah.
Like the hero's journey. I've just come full circle. But like that, like you asked me before, what got me to stop doing drugs, and like that was the thing that got me to stop doing drugs. Because before that, I would like blame. Because here's the thing, okay? So when you're a drug addict, you always blame everything and everyone else on the reason why you didn't have a good time. You know, you don't blame yourself. You just blame everything else, right? So I would blame like, I'd be like, oh man, I had to work the next day. If I had like 3 days off, that would be perfect. I would have the best time on drugs. Or I'd be like, oh, my girlfriend at the time was there. If she wasn't there, I'd have the best time. You know, she just ruined everything. You know, that bitch. And then like, or I'd be like, oh man, I didn't have enough money. Like if I had more money, if I had like $100 more, like I swear to God, it'd be fine. You know, I'd have a good time. And so the pandemic happened, so I didn't have a job. I got CERB. I wasn't with my girlfriend at the time, so I had a place all to myself, and I died. You know, like I had everything I wanted to do drugs properly in my head, and I died. So I woke up, and I heard my higher power like tell me, and like a blunt stick to the fucking like noggin. You know, like it wasn't just words. It was like a feeling of utter responsibility, like of pain, you know, of painful responsibility, of like my higher power saying, okay, you did it, you got it, you didn't have a girlfriend, you had money, you're off, you know exactly what's going to happen, right? You had all the drugs you wanted to get, and you fucking died. So now I need you to do this again, but better, because you know exactly what's going to happen if you do it again. And so then I finally like learned from that. I was like, holy shit, like he's right, you know, like I can't be doing this fucking
Exit
thing
the
anymore.
roundabout onto Dartmouth Road Southeast.
Yeah,
Then
no,
turn right
man,
onto
you,
25th Avenue Southeast.
Yeah, God was talking to you. You had that moment, and he was like, you cannot fuck this up this time, bro.
Yeah, because my higher power is just like he's just like, it gets increasingly worse every time. This isn't even your rock bottom. I had this moment of like, I don't know what your rock bottom is, but this isn't it. And so the next time it's going to be worse. Because whatever rock bottom is, you're going to hit it. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Because, like, I had that moment of, like, man, I died. Like, this is rock bottom. But then I thought, well, no, the last time I relapsed, I thought was rock bottom. And then I thought, well, the last time I relapsed, I thought was rock bottom. Like, when I ate my own fucking blood, I was like, man, this is rock bottom. This is really fucking bad. You know? And then the next time, I lost my toenails. And I was like, man, this is rock bottom. This is fucking bad. Yeah, I lost, like, 2 of my toenails. I woke up, and they were just gone. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
So, okay, so this is my theory that, like, this is like a video game. And we're gonna stay on the same fucking level and get the same, like, rock bottom experience until we learn from our mistakes that we were doing. And the beginning of the Bible, it says with Adam and Eve, the very first thing that they fucking did was not take accountability. It was first the woman said the snake told me to do it, and then the man said the woman told me to do it. They didn't even fucking take accountability for their own actions.
Wasn't that the actual sin, not eating the fruit?
Stampede Trail Southeast.
Well, like, I say it was the accountability, man. I think, like, that's how I look at it. Like, yes, you can say they didn't listen or whatever, but it's like,
I don't know where I am.
We are at the Stampede grounds.
It says Tim Hortons, like up here.
Definitely not Tim Hortons over here.
No, there's no way.
Unless they have stuff running by now, I doubt it.
This is fun. I didn't know there's a Stampede here.
Yeah, it's just starting. You're just in time. So we should link up and actually check this shit out. If you're here for another week, you said?
I'm here till the 9th.
Yeah, I think it ends on the 14th, or when does the Stampede start? They're already almost.
I should do a vlog at the Stampede.
Yeah, dude.
There's no fucking way. This fucking thing's on crack. It wants me to go in this fucking building. Look at this thing. I'm not going in this fucking building. This is in this fucking dome.
Oh yeah, there probably is a Tim Hortons in there.
Oh my god, that's fucking ridiculous. That's hilarious. Sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry, man. I'm chilling. Like, I don't have a job. Like, I have a job, but I'm not working until I get called.
I found another Tim Hortons.
Okay, no worries.
I feel like this is Harold and Kumar trying to get the White Castle. Oh, yo, that'd be a sick fucking movie. Like, 2 dudes. It doesn't have to be like a stoner movie, but like just 2 dudes just like confused as fuck, and like they're trying to find Tim Hortons, but they can't.
Yeah, dude. I'm actually like, I want to get into acting too. So, like, once I have money, bro, like where my vision is, I'm thinking billionaire, bro. Like,
oh, me too.
There you go.
Yeah, Judy's Productions. I wanted to be like the Jeff Bezos of
there
fucking
you
thing.
go. Yeah, I'm like thinking like what Kevin Hart's doing.
Yeah,
but like my version of that.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, 100%. Because I always say when people are like, "Oh man, it's about the art form," it's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You can make art and get money at the same time.
Yes.
God damn, it's called ambition, you bitch.
Exactly. You just gotta hustle, man. You gotta...
Well, here's the thing. Because some people they're like, "Oh man, I just make things when I want to make things," because like that's an artist's life. It's like It's like you're just lazy.
Right.
You just don't want to make something.
Well, exactly. And I think God, like, this is the way I think ever since me waking up, essentially, right? Like, you put the work in, you be consistent, you just like working out. Your muscles are going to get stronger the more you work out, right? And your body's you're going to have more of awareness of your body as you go. So if you keep on writing, it doesn't matter if you're not writing jokes, just fucking show up. Pay attention to the muse, and things are just gonna pop up, and then you show up, do the work. Oh, you're gonna get another.
What's happening? Oh! Fuck, that scared me.
But like, I believe like, I just give it up to God, man. Like like I said, I told you I thought I was Jesus for 3 years, and then I had a lot of resistance in my life, and then I kind of baptized myself in my pool that I was in my apartment. And ever since then, everything's been falling into place. So now it's just like, okay, I just gotta show up and God's gonna do the rest. Like,
that's nice, man. So, like, do you believe in the God or just a God?
Jesus. I believe
Okay.
Jesus. Yeah.
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 So, like, would you say you're Christian?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm not an ordinary Christian because I take psychedelics.
Yeah.
And my dad doesn't agree with that. He's like, Christian doesn't do that. I'm like, Dad, you did not. First of all, my dad was
Turn right onto
suffering,
McLeod Trail
and then he had
southeast,
an
McLeod
accident
Trail
where
south.
he rolled his truck 3 times and hit a power pole, goes to the Foothills Hospital in a coma, comes back out of the coma, they put him on ketamine, and he literally talks about the same shit that we're talking about,
Continue on
and
McLeod Trail
still to this
southeast,
day,
Yeah.
he thinks that I'm the because like I prayed for him and stuff like that, and I felt the energy leave my body when I was praying for him.
Yeah.
So I think that played some type of role, but they put him on ketamine, and he had an ego death on that.
Yeah.
So
It changes your mind, man.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Can I tell you how I believe in God?
Yep.
So I believe I have a higher power, and my higher power is like I find it in my ambition. You know, that's my higher power, right? Because like when you get sober, you can like choose your higher power, right? Like a Pokemon.
Okay.
Like you just like choose it. You make it up, kind of thing.
Yep.
In 400
Right?
meters,
And like it makes
turn left
sense
onto 36th
because
Avenue
like
southeast.
you have to believe in something better than yourself.
Yes.
Because like I can't tell myself don't do drugs because that's just a crackhead telling another crackhead don't do drugs. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if someone
Right.
smells like weed and he's like, and he goes to another guy who smells like weed. He's like, do I smell like weed? And they're both gonna be like, no, even though they both fucking smell like weed.
Right.
You know, like I can't tell myself
Yeah.
to stop doing drugs because I won't listen because I'm also dead.
Turn left
Right.
onto
You know, I
36th
don't respect
Avenue
myself enough,
southeast.
I guess.
Then turn right onto
So,
Burnsland Road southeast.
Yeah, so I have a higher power, and that's what like I call to for my sobriety. Oh, it's right there. Nice, I see it. That boy right there. Hey, we're so close. Anyways, I believe that Jesus was real and
Yeah.
he was an actual dude, but I think he was just as human as us.
Yeah.
You know, like that's why, because like I think like the Bible puts too much stress and like emphasis on like he's all powerful and knowing. He knows everything and everything. It's like, what if he doesn't? What if he just like could create us immensely with all power, like everything around us, but like he was just human. He was like, oh my God, they keep killing each other. I don't know what to do with these people. I don't know what to do. Like I tried fixing it once, but then just made it worse. Like, what do I do? What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what if he just like is just as human as us with like human characteristics and like he went away because he just doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know. But then like people that were like actually there with him, they like used his name for their gain. They're like, Jesus wants you to do this because he says this. But in reality, Jesus like doesn't even know. He's like made us. He's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with any of you.
Right.
And this is because like, have you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist?
No.
Great anime. You should watch it when you get a chance.
Okay.
But Full Metal Alchemist, it's about like how the world needs both like a god and science. You know, they need both. You can't have like one without the other, right? Because like if you have too much science, that's where you get like people in the
right
Holocaust
onto
where like
Burnside Road
they would do
southeast.
experiments on like twins and shit.
Right.
That's where that came from.
Okay.
Turn here. Yeah.
In
and,
400
you're right.
meters, turn right onto
Or if you have too
39th
much
Avenue
religion,
southeast.
you have like things like 9/11. You know, like those like fanatics.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So, I think also that, like, what if God was, like, more a professor than, like, a scientist than a loving father? Because, like, a lot of people are like, how could he do these, like, things to these people? How can, like, God let these things happen? It's like humans. Like, a lion, like, when we watch a female lions, like, just get food for, like, the lions, we're not like, man, that's not right. Like, you both should be doing the work, blah, blah, blah. What if God just does that? What if God's like, this is what humans do. They rape, kill, pillage. This is what they do. I can't
right
do
onto
anything about it
39th
because
Avenue
they're
southeast.
animals.
Then
Because
turn
like
right onto
compared to
McLeod
a
Trail
God, we are
southeast.
animals. Like what if that's how he just sees us? That's why. What if that's why he doesn't intervene? Is because like he just sees us as like animals. He's like, okay, this is what they do. This is them. This is how they
Turn
live.
right onto
Okay.
McLeod
You
Trail
know?
southeast.
Right.
McLeod
Okay.
Trail south. Then your
So
destination will be on
let's
the right.
let's think about it this way though. We know that there's like the whole point. The devil's real. Jesus is real just as much as the devil. The reason bad things happen is because of the devil and sin.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why there is bad things happening to bad people. Even when you think about like a baby that gets like shot up by a drive-by, like that's demonic shit that's happening to that baby.
Your destination
That
is on
God, He doesn't want that to happen, but it's just, oh, they have it closed. We'll just make a loop. But the whole reason, like, when he came back, like, trust me, man, I wasn't all for the Jesus thing. I literally thought I was Jesus for the longest time until I had so much resistance in my life, and then I gave it up. And now all this stuff is working for me. So now I feel like I have a testimony of what Jesus is doing for me. So I believe he was all-knowing, he was all-powerful, but he wasn't there to show I'm all-knowing, I'm all-powerful. He came back
on McLeod Trail
to
Southeast, McLeod Trail South,
relieve us
36th
from
Avenue
sin.
Southeast. Then
Like,
turn
the
right
whole
on
reason he
36th
died
Avenue Southeast.
and went back
Turn right
is so
onto
now we
Burnsland
have
Road
access to
Southeast.
what he had.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons
So
may
now
close within 1
it
hour
seems
when
like
you arrive.
that's why when
In
we think
400
about
meters,
Jesus, we
turn
think
right
of
onto
ourselves. We
39th
are
Avenue
made in the
Southeast.
image of God. We are connected to the sun, and when we look at the sun, if you're on psychedelics, or even if you're not on psychedelics and you do some breathing techniques or whatever, you look at the sun, you'll see your own face in the sun. But like the whole reason of Jesus, like I had moments on LSD where, like on New Year's, I did LSD, and I had moments where I'm reading the Bible. I'm literally, you go up here and then, I think that drive-thru's open. Pretty sure it is.
I think McDonald's also has like some kind of thing.
Yes, probably. I don't know
Head
if they have
west on
ice
38A
caps.
They have a
Avenue
thing close to ice
Southeast toward
caps. I
McLeod
think
Trail
Iced coffees,
Southeast,
I know
McLeod
that.
Trail South. Then turn
The
right
thing's
onto
closed, right?
McLeod Trail
Is it closed?
Southeast.
I think it's open. I think
Turn
it's
right
just
onto
that one
McLeod Trail
drive-through that
Southeast,
you
McLeod
can't.
Trail
This
South.
one here
Then
is
your
open.
destination will be on the right.
Do you want anything?
No, I'm all set. Thanks.
Your destination is on the right.
Hi, can I get a medium ice cap, please? That'll be it. Okay, thank you.
You are funny, bro. You're naturally funny. So I already know, like, just by watching your videos and seeing your hustle, man, I'm like, he's going places.
I don't know what to do. This is the most. I like this podcast because it's like chaotic as fuck. Oh, you know what's cool about these labs, Kay? So like our HDMI died, right?
Okay.
But like check this out, it records automatically.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and like that's why I have the
Suck.
that's why I have the phone going.
Oh,
Just for
awesome.
extra.
Yes. And this works out perfect. By the time you bring me back to my place, we're all good,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I'll continue after. I don't want to get interrupted for this part.
Yeah, of course. Oh. Just wait, we gotta do it again. Did you go? Oh, snap.
Okay.
Thank you, miss. You don't know how long I've wanted this ice cap for. That's why I have these straws.
I was gonna ask you. Is
Yeah.
this so? Like you just found another addiction?
I mean, straws are the same addiction.
I was thinking about. I don't have any weed at home now. I'm thinking about getting high and eating this food. I'm just if we drove to a weed store quick.
Yeah.
Head
Well,
west on 38A
if you're
Avenue
okay with that.
Southeast
Yeah, yeah.
toward McLeod
Okay,
Trail Southeast, McLeod
I-
Trail
I'll-
South.
I have
then
your
turn right
address
onto
in
McLeod
here right
Trail
now.
Southeast.
Okay.
And then so we can.
In 400 meters,
do you want me to do a
slide
weed
right
store?
onto 34th
Yeah,
Avenue
there's only
Southeast.
certain ones that are open right now. So, there's Dank Cannabis Weed Dispensary on. But I don't want to go that much out of your way to, because you were talking about gas earlier, and I want to be the same. If you're
Head west on 38A Avenue
Is that one-
Southeast toward McLeod Trail Southeast.
It's kind of like a cross. Do you see? Like you're there, and then this is here.
Ooh, that's quite a ways.
Do you want to try another one?
Which one's that? The name for that one?
Dank.
That was the Dank one.
Yeah.
This one closed. That's dank too. Yeah, that's the only one open. It's not a big deal.
Are you sure?
I just don't. If I had cash, I could just give you some gas money, and then I wouldn't feel as bad.
You can send it to me later if you want.
Okay.
What's it called? Dank?
Yeah, it's dank. You know what? No, it's all good, bro.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay, 10229 Street, Southwest, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Head west on 38A Avenue Southeast toward
even told
McLeod Trail
myself I'm gonna stop
Southeast,
smoking
McLeod
weed
Trail
and
South, then turn
doing
right onto
psychedelics.
McLeod Trail Southeast. In 400 meters, slide right onto
But yeah,
34th
okay. So
Avenue
New Year's
Southeast.
Eve, I'm by myself because like I've been in solitude for a full year. Like I had a lot of like turbulence in my life. The girl I was dating kind of ripped my heart out.
Yeah.
Then my podcast ended with my friend, and then I moved. I was living in Victoria on the island, and then I moved to Lethbridge by myself.
Yeah.
Just all I did was work and go to the gym and a little bit of stand up here and there in Lethbridge. But on New Year's, I did LSD by myself, and I was reading the Bible and I was reading Revelations, and I was seeing, you could probably go straight, like where it's just like there's a turnoff road that.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was reading
Slide right onto
Revelations,
34th Avenue
and
Southeast,
it was
then slide
very,
left onto Spiller
I
Road
guess,
Southeast.
intimate, where it felt like God was talking to me through the words.
Mm.
Like I could hear His voice
Slide
through
left
the
onto
words
Spiller
as I
Road
was reading
Southeast.
them.
Continue
Okay.
on Spiller
And it
Road
talks
Southeast
about
for 800 meters.
basically the resurrection of Jesus when He comes back, and it's going to feel like the bride coming to like walking down the aisle on the wedding day. That's what it says. And I read this, and it's very emotional, and I'm literally tearing up to the very end of the Bible, like to the right to the very last verse where it says, "I'm coming soon," blah blah blah, and I can
In
feel it.
400
I can
meters,
like I
turn
can
right onto
actually
25th Avenue
feel
Southeast.
Jesus, like, and it's very emotional, and I'm crying. Like I could fill up like, I don't know, not a quarter, a little bit under a quarter of your ice cap I could fill with just my tears. And it was, it went
Emotional.
on the Bible to at the very end where it looked like
Turn
I
right
signed
onto
it
25th
with my
Avenue
tears.
Southeast.
No.
Then turn
Okay.
left onto
Yeah,
Spiller
yeah.
So
Road
after
Southeast.
that, right after that happened, literally right after that happened, I hear a popping sound. It's literally divine timing. It hit 12 o'clock and there was the fireworks going off, right?
Ah.
And so I've been going through some emotional
left
battles
onto
with my
Spiller Road
dad where
Southeast.
me and him been up and down.
Yeah.
But we have established this, like, we're like best friends now. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
And he was in Mexico at the time, and I texted him and I said, "Happy New Year's. I love you so much." And I could feel his emotions as I said that, and he tried FaceTiming me right away. So I pick up. I wasn't sure if I was gonna because I was tripping.
Yeah.
But I did. And then we had this very emotional moment together.
Yeah.
And then my dad even confirmed. He didn't know I was on psychedelics or on LSD. And he said, "There's something about you, Bryan. I don't know what it is. You're not Jesus, but you have the power. Like, Jesus' power is inside of you." And I don't. And he didn't even know I was on this stuff. And I'm like, I feel like I'm in a different realm right now, because obviously I'm tripping, everything's moving in this divine, like I feel like heaven on earth is with me in those moments.
Yeah.
And then he's talking, and behind him, he's outside by the pool in Cancun or wherever in Mexico, and behind him on FaceTime, I seen the kingdom behind him in the sky. And I was like, "Dad, I gotta let you go. I'm going through a lot right now. I just gotta let you go. I need time to think." And so he gets off the phone, and then I'm just sitting there, and like, you know, when you're on psychedelics, you're very in the present moment. And all of a sudden, I see eyes everywhere.
Ooh,
everywhere,
fuck,
on the
scary.
walls,
Yeah, yeah.
on everything. And it like made me feel like the whole story of Moses, the burning bush situation. So I was like, holy shit. And then all of a sudden I hear these voices in my mind, like different voices.
Oh, shit.
And then I do this thing where I'm like cracking my neck. Like, it's like I'm calibrating, like I'm a robot.
Yeah.
And I'm like calibrating my mind. And I hear all these voices. And then the final voice that I hear that says 3 times, the Christ, the Christ, the Christ. To the point where I said it so much where it's like infused in my brain, where I can remember this story and tell it to everybody when I tell it all the time. And I'm like, holy shit, I just like... And then I went in the mirror.
Turn right onto 11th
I
Avenue
went
Southeast.
I went into my bathroom. I have a big fucking bathroom, and it was like a video game. Like I was like this avatar, and in my skin was infused of like geometrical patterns, but it was gold inside my skin.
Jesus.
Turn right
Yeah,
on 11th
yeah.
Avenue Southeast.
And then
turn left onto
after
9th
that, I
Street
go sit
Southeast.
down again, and I'm just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I don't think it's open. We can like see. I can maybe check. You can park like really on the left side here. If I get away with that, or on the right here. But after that, I see
Turn left
a
onto 9th
female
Street
face,
Southeast.
bro.
Then your destination will be on the right.
Like a goddess, like a face of like God. Like God was showing me the face of God, and it was on the Bible, and it was just like it was like this beautiful, majestic, the way it was hovering, and it was on the fucking Bible, and I'm just staring at it. I'm like, it was just so beautiful, and then I see it everywhere. It literally took over everything. Like the eyes were, it was everything, and then I was like, holy shit, I think I figured it out. I'm waiting for my soulmate. My soulmate is going to bring me, like, it says the revelation of Jesus coming back is like when the feeling you're going to get when the bride's walking down. I'm like, I figured it out. I have to hold myself true and wait until I find my divine counterpart, my soulmate, my Eve.
Yeah.
And then when we get married, we're going to enter into the kingdom of heaven. And or the Garden of Eden again. And then everybody's we're all different versions. Like, it's like, we're going to see Jesus. He's going to live with us. But like, I already see Jesus inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You're already Jesus to me. Because how true you are to yourself. And very rare when I run into people like this. When I see it, I make sure I let them know. And I'm like, I want to be around these people. These people already know what the code and like, stick to the code. Like, are you like fucking around and stuff? Like, are you sleeping around and stuff? Like, because every time you fuck with someone, you become one with them and you're taking on their energy. If they're toxic, you're going to take on their toxic energy. Yeah. So now I've been 1.5 years celibate now, and I'm waiting till I fucking find my wife kind of thing. Yeah.
Fuck, man. That's such a step though, to be celibate like that. It's crazy because like when you get sober, you're supposed to you're supposed to be celibate for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like sex is very close to like an addiction, you know?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. And I used to be pretty bad, man. I was pretty bad.
You got the ladies?
Oh yeah. I like, it took me a long time to learn how to get it, but once I got it, it was like my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Should I check?
Yeah, check.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they close at 10, but we're gonna.
Bro, if they're open, that'd be amazing.
I'm just gonna put this right. I'll put that right there. Just don't drive; it won't fall. And I gotta take this jacket off. I swear.
Did it close?
Yeah, it's
I was gonna say, because like we're talking a lot about like kind of divine interventions and stuff like that.
yeah.
And like, if that was open, that'd be like such a divine intervention. You know what I mean?
Well, I think to be honest, I think I've been smoking a lot of weed lately, man, and I've been on 4 days sober now, and I feel
Nice,
way
good
more
job.
clear-headed.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you.
That's fucking amazing.
I'm not trying to like. I think everything in moderation, really. Like I think
Yeah.
I could go do MDMA as long as I'm not.
Your destination is on the right.
As long as you don't overdo things.
Yeah.
You know? But like, think about synchronicities, man. When I moved here, look at the sun there. Like that's in my house that I moved in, and then there's the sun on the. It's just so. There's so many. Like how I got this place, everything's just falling into place just because of me surrendering,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. What are you? Yeah, you keep me posted on what you're doing for everything. Like, if you want to chill, you want to hang out. Like, you don't have a job right now. You're chilling, right?
Yeah, I.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
You're getting paid.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's what's up.
I'm leaving on the 10th, but like, if you want, because like you said you want to get, because like you said that you need money to make films, but like you really don't.
Right.
Like you need money to make films, but like a good, it's hard to explain. A filmmaker, like you know, like one of the greats, like they didn't have money their first film.
No, you're right.
They got money later on. So if you want to, we can meet up and we can write a film, write something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be like expensive. Like, I made these series of films called Yo Word Sick, and it was about like my addiction and my higher power and I, like we all talk and we all hash things out in a room, and it was just done by clones. So like I would have to like play my addiction, and then I would have to like mask that, and then like go to the other side of the room and play me, and then play them at the same time, and then just take out like create masks around me, kind of things like that. Because
like I said, I'm not really like the tech savvy guy. Like I make videos too. Like I edit videos and I make reels. Like I add music and I make reels.
Yeah, that's still a skill.
That's something,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I am getting better at doing that. But what you're saying, if you are down for that, like I just need, I can be in front of the camera and I can do the acting or whatever. I just haven't had someone show the initiative of the interest of doing the filming.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the thing, like with filmmaking too, it's like you said, like tech stuff, but like the thing is, it's like you can make a movie on your phone now.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Tangerine?
I've heard of it. All right.
It's this movie and that was made in LA. It won a few awards, and like they filmed it just on their iPhones. But here's the trick: they filmed it on their iPhones, which is true, but they edited it on an actual computer. That's people get that confused, right? Because like you don't want to edit something on your phone. That's gonna be fucking hard. Like editing a short film, you can, but it's gonna take you all fucking day. You can draw and write on your phone, that's fine. But like editing, it's such a fucking thing. Like you don't want to fuck it up, so you kind of have to like, you kind of have to indulge and get like a nice computer, you know. But excuse me, but. Like the cool thing about filmmaking is like it doesn't have to be this like Inception production. Right. You know, like if you look at like the cult classics, really good films, if you just look at them and kind of see for what they are, they weren't expensive. Like Taxi. Taxi was not expensive. They had to rent a car. You know, they rented the car, half the fucking movie he's in that car. You know, and a few locations, that was it. And then if you look at Reservoir Dogs, that was not expensive to make. You know, they just needed a car. Like the actors were expensive, but like altogether, if you wanted to make that movie, you just need a car, location with a basement, and that's it. Right. You know, some suits. You have to let a diner shoot, and like that's cheap. There's dozens of diners. You just go ask. You're like, hey, can I shoot in your diner? This scene, yada yada. Pulp Fiction, that's a different story because like that's different locations and you have to like do more things, yada yada. But like the way you kind of have to like see film, and the way I see film, it's like as a filmmaker and like as an actor and as a creative person, it's your job as an artist to think around the money, you know?
Yeah.
Don't push, and I'm not telling you what to do, by the way. I'm not like trying to sound pretentious, but
I know.
but like I'm just like speaking like out loud to like people, but you gotta like, you don't want to push through with money, you know? You gotta like write around it. You gotta write around the problem. You gotta get creative, you know? Like if your character needs a car and you can't afford a car, you have to write a reason why he loses the car. It's part of the story now, you know? Mm-hmm. Have you ever watched Mystery Team?
No.
Great flick. It was done by Derek Comedy. It was Donald Glover's first movie.
Okay.
You know Donald Glover, Childish Gambino?
I've heard of that.
Childish Gambino?
Yep.
Yeah, same guy. So it was his first movie.
Okay.
He was like in it for the entire thing. And that movie was so amazing. Like the most expensive thing on that movie was the camera, because they used a red, and that camera's like fucking $50,000. It's a lot of money.
Wow.
But like they used locations that they had. Like they had access to like a lumber mill, and like they were going to make a story around like some kind of like garbage disposal or like some business. But since they had a location, they just wrote around it. They're like, okay, never mind. Fuck that location. We have a lumber mill. Write the whole story around this lumber mill. They just did it, you know? And like, they had like locations. They like used their family's locations. They used their friends' locations. They like used what was around them, you know? Because like the moment you start using money as a means to be creative, to fix your problems, it's going to be a shit movie. It's going to be shit.
Right.
You have to like work around that.
Right.
It's kind of like getting drugs. You gotta be creative when you want to get your drugs.
Right. So you learned through that, and now you kind of.
Well, no, I learned it by making films, because like when I first made films, I would always like. There's this one film that I wanted to make where like I rented this library for like $200.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it was just, the entire video was shit, you know? It was shit. The audio was shit. The video was shit. It was all shit, you know? And I spent $200 on the room, and then I paid like an actor like $100, so it's like $300. And then I look back at that video and I was like, I could have done that like in a room. I could have just done that like in my room. I could have done that by myself in my room.
Yeah.
Like why did I do that?
Right.
Why did I spend that money? It's because I let the producer start like creating the film. Right. You know, I didn't let my artistry create my film. Okay. Right? So like now whenever I make a film, the first thing I do is like, what do I have right now to make this happen? Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
What do I have? You know, I have this car, I have this phone, I have the clothes. Let's think of something. Like 2 days ago I made a short film in like a day, because like I was like, I want to make a short film. Let's make a short film. So then I just thought, what do I have right now? And I was like, okay, well I have this Airbnb. It looks empty. What draws from that? Then I'm like, well, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a filmmaker. Okay, so a filmmaker's alone in this. Like, what's the conflict? And he's like, loneliness? And so then I made this, I think you might have saw the story of me chugging olive oil. Did you see that story on Instagram? No? It's fine. No one saw it. but okay. So I made this short film about this YouTuber who has a YouTube channel, and like he's like one of those like Jake Paul YouTubers. Mm-hmm. He's like, yo, welcome to Chase's Kitchen, where we chug and eat and make whatever the top comment says, okay, no matter what. I'm really excited. 2 months ago it was pizza. The last month it was sushi. Okay, this has been real fun. 50,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. 50,000, you know? Really excited. Let's see what the top comment is. And like he looks at his phone. He's like, oh, it's olive oil. We got olive oil again. It was last week. Now we got it. Okay, let's do this though. But like he has to do it because like he has to make content, right? So he does it. He like chugs olive oil, like all of it. Blah, blah, blah. Like it doesn't show him puking, but like he's sick. He doesn't want to do it, but he has to because like the machine, you know, the YouTube algorithm asks for this fucking olive oil. He got 50,000 subscribers because he did it last week. So he has to do it now, right? And so then what I did was like, I pointed a really good frame of a camera, good lighting on him. And then on the side, I used my secondary camera and like, I showed him like dying basically, like behind the scenes of him being like, fuck, I have to chug olive oil.
Yeah.
You know, the stuff you wouldn't put in the video because you wanted to be happy and like suspenseful, you know, like you don't show what happens behind the camera when you're making those kind of vloggy Jake Paul, David Dobrik videos. You don't show like David Dobrik telling the guy, can you do this? You should do this. It'd be funny. Like you don't do that. It has to be real.
Yeah.
So then like that's the metaphor of like these like characters YouTubers make and do. It's only for the camera. Once they stop recording, it's them. They have to sit on it now. They have to deal with like chugging olive oil or like you see those YouTubers where they're like, I made a 3,000 pound pancake. Look at this pancake. Isn't this fucking crazy? Look at all this syrup. Oh my God, we made such a mess. And then after they stop recording, they're like, fuck. Like we have to deal with this fucking 3,000 pound pancake.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like what happens after, you know? Yeah. But like I did that because I asked myself, I was like, what do I have right now that I can create a story with?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't want to sound pretentious to tell you what to do, but I think that if we did that, if we just asked ourselves, what do we have? You know, because this could have been a movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like us trying to find Tim Hortons, we can't find Tim Hortons. Like, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous, you know what I mean?
For sure. And honestly, the timing of this too, because another comedian that I performed around, he lives in Calgary, he made a post today, earlier today saying he wants to do a comedy sketch, or it was last night he posted it, and he said he wants to do like some type of comedy sketch either today or tomorrow. And I said,
oh shit,
I'd possibly be down tomorrow because I'm not going to be getting to Calgary later today. Yeah. He's like, oh, okay, well, we'll see, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, if it works out, it'll work out. But maybe I can get in touch with him. Yeah. And then we can meet up with him because it sounds like, because he's like, he's doing acting and he's been doing comedy. You might have performed with him too. What's his name? Casey.
Oh yeah, he asked me what lenses the other day.
There you go.
He asked me what lenses, and I was like, "Hey, if you want to do something, we could do something." But he never got back to me. He's probably busy. I didn't think anything of it.
Right.
But like, because we're all busy, you know. So like, but yeah, like that sounds great. Like if you want to tell him, "Hey, I talked to Arturo. We want to do a film."
Exactly. But you just brought this up. Do you want to do this tomorrow? And then he already has something going on.
Yeah.
What can we do to contribute to what he's already got going on? We could legit make something here. You know, all three of us, we want to do something. We want to make it in some way, right? So let's take advantage of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, this was fun, man.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks, man.
No, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Can I have that?
Oh, okay.
That's funny. It's kind of like the scene in the Spider-Man movie where like Tony goes for the door, but like Tom Holland thinks it's a hug.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, nope, get in the door.
Where are you posting that anyway? Like
this, it'll be on YouTube. I'll tag you.
Okay.
And then it'll be on YouTube. I think yours is like kind of like in the ways though, because like I stack my episodes.
No worries.
So then like it's like kind of I think you're like going to be like 6.
No worries.
Because like I have like a lot of like just postings.
I'm not in a rush or anything.
Because like I that's the trick with this content like thing. It's like you have to be working like 3,000 fucking videos ahead of you. Yeah. Okay, we have to say bye. Bye.
Bye, guys.